Welcome to the Elite Life with Trisha and Kylee. This is where we'll teach you how to develop grit, give yourself grace, and succeed in real estate. So let's dive in.
Intro. Okay, so let me just start off by saying I am so glad that we're talking about this, because even though I've had my real estate license for a while, I've always had some kind of side hustle going to just fill the coffers and just make sure the bills were paid in between commission checks. But daggone, I'm going all in on this job, and it's so different. It's so different going from having a regular paycheck to having 1 month where maybe you have one closing or you do a couple renters and like you're working off of 1,000, and then another month you've got 10 G's coming in, standing in line for the Air Force Ones.
Making it rain.
I saw a meme on Facebook. I love this meme. It says, no one is more financially irresponsible than an agent who just got a fat commission check.
Dude, it's the truth though. Like, I'll see an agent grind like in every day on a mission, cut him a $25,000 check, and it's ghost town.
So I'm glad that we're talking about this today, and I'm glad that you are all here because we are talking about how to get our poop in a group and stop living in financial chaos.
And even if you're not living in financial chaos, which I've seen your wins and I know you're not.
It just feels that way some days.
It does. And so we're going to outline a few things that you can do to help you figure out where all your money's going and just get your ducks in a row, right? Know where your dollars and cents are at.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like I know where this is going with you. I'm pretty sure, and that you are going to say the first thing you're going to do is an audit. audit, review, audit.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like if you don't have everything like on a spreadsheet or on a list, if you don't know what you're spending, how can you know what you're saving or what's going where? Like you said, when you have a regular paycheck, it's very easy to say, you know, I get $1,000, 500 goes here, 20 goes here, 20 goes here, 20 goes here, and I got $100 left, right?
Yeah.
But when it's all over the place, it's very easy, like we just said, to get 25 grand and be like, let's go on vacay.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you know, vacation to me is just going to my mom's house without my children. That's a vacation, right? It doesn't require a lot of money at all. So to be honest, doing an audit is good because you might find something that you didn't even know was happening. Like when Ryan and I were getting our finances together, we attended Greg's Budget Your Life seminar, which is super awesome. He just walked us through like, okay, you're an agent now. Here's how you go through an audit. So if you're not 100% sure how to even do an audit or where to start, email me. My email is kylee@mystarsacademy.com. I will hook you up with Greg's link, and you guys can have a chat so that you'll actually be able to see the forest, you know, through the trees and all of that stuff. But all of that, like when I sat down to do ours, I noticed that friggin' CVS has been charging me $5 a month for several months for extra care enrollment, which I don't use. We don't go to CVS. We are Rite Aid people. And so I call them, so it's always good, or like little subscriptions that maybe your kids have signed up for. I know you can testify on this. Or things that maybe you didn't realize were recurring. Like I just got a new phone the other day. Yay, adulting. And when I was leaving the store, she's like, okay, well, don't forget, I put, like, they sneak in little things, right? Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, you get your first 30 days of this $8 a month thing for free, knowing dargone well, whoa, it is early, dargone well, that you are not going to remember in 30 days to get into your account or call them and cancel that $8 until it goes on your bill, and then you see it again if you're auditing. So super important to go through, check your bank statements, make sure that you know where your money is going. That way, when it comes time to save, you know what you're turning off and what you're turning on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so a great place to start is, like you said, with your bank statements, with your credit card statements, because especially if you're a family like us where you have teenagers, like we're all on Apple Pay. So, Trent uses Apple Pay to get some app on his phone. And then, like you said, oh, you got to remember to turn off. Well, no 18-year-old boy is remembering to turn off anything. So I'm like, Trent, what is this, $6.99, $9.99, $2.99 for? Oh, yeah, that's right. So if you bank at Chase, actually, I just found this out. I went on to my chase.com to my banking, and all of my credit cards except one are with Chase. So there is a spot you can go in there and it actually shows you all of your subscriptions right in there. So there was,
nice.
there was stuff that we didn't even, like you said, we didn't even realize. Like we had, Apple Music, and then there's Spotify Music, there was Apple Music, there was so many different like random videos and music subscriptions, and I literally went on there and canceled them all. And then there was one that was really tricky that we had for Angelina, that was Khan Academy, and Dave had called and canceled it, and it was still getting charged, and he like called them again, and they're like, oh, it's a donation, so you have to cancel it directly with your bank. So like when I went on Chase, I was like, cancel everything. So we had to actually cancel that Khan Academy. I had to cancel it like 4 times before I actually fully got it to happen. So
That's always fun. That's not inconvenient at all or frustrating in any way.
right, but that the reminder is that not only do you have to have an audit to set up, so like I would take, these are the steps that I think that are beneficial to take, right? Grab all of your credit card statements, all of your bank statements, get an Excel spreadsheet, and write down all of your reoccurring costs. And then I did this for probably, no joke, like the first 9, maybe even 10 years of real estate. I literally logged every dollar and cent on that spreadsheet. Like if Dave stopped at 7-Eleven and got a Slurpee, I put it on there. And when I seen 7-Eleven like 17 times, I'm like, do you really need a Slurpee every day for 17 days in a row?
Yes, the answer is yes, if you were wondering.
But the thing is those things add up, right? So when not only are you taking an audit, but you're taking inventory every single month, you can see where your dollars and cents are going, and you can be smart about, hey, guess what? I don't need a Kill Cliff energy drink every single time I walk into CrossFit. It is $3.12. $3.12 every single day for 30 days adds up to over $100.
Boom.
$100 on this little can that has 3 drinks in it.
That's your gas tank right there. That's
Right.
filling up your gas tank.
Yeah, but
Took me
you
$70. Can we just talk about this for a minute? For all you people who are complaining about the gas prices right now, which are absolutely unbelievable, quit going to Starbucks.
Girl, it's so true. So I used to go to Big B every day. And when I started drinking Shakeology, I swapped out my protein shake for my Big B coffee. The other day, I had time between my showing and my listing appointment, and I need to go to the restroom. So I stopped at Big B.
Yeah.
I got a small, like it was as small as this coffee cup, chai latte, and they were like $5.75. I'm like, excuse me? I said small. Yeah, $5.75. Like, it was 3 sips. I'm like,
It's a shame.
Thank God I stopped drinking coffee.
Because we would be broke.
Right. And, these are small things. It's small amounts. Like, if you just think of $5, what's $5, right? But when you think of $5 compounded over every day for 30 days, that's $150, right? And it's $5.75. So it's actually even more than that.
Yeah. I'm so glad you can do math.
I know, right off the top of my head, right? So take inventory, build a spreadsheet, but then also keep that spreadsheet going every single month. And then the great thing is I take that spreadsheet at the end of the year, and it takes me like, 30 minutes maybe to take everything off of there and add it up, and you can use the little, equations on your spreadsheet, and boom, you have something to give your accountant for your taxes.
Yeah.
No more going through 16 boxes of receipts, and like I know every realtor's car has the consoles full of receipts, the floors full of listing tickets, you got crap everywhere. And okay, maybe I'm the only one. I'll raise my hand. Every year I'm like, I'm going to use an app for my receipts, and it happens for like 3 days, and then you're busy. Like you don't think to stop and use the app to snap a picture of your receipt, but you do. Like if you're in the habit, or you put it on your Google Calendar to every Friday go through your bank statements and your credit card statements and put them on your spreadsheet so you can see where the spending is happening, then you're watching your money. And the thing is like Grant Cardone always says, like if you don't watch your money, it's going to spend itself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that happens fast.
Yeah, especially if you have kids. I mean, like you were saying, they are my dad's email address
Your dad's email address. Okay, where are we going with this?
is going broke 1988. I'm not even kidding you.
Going broke.
That's the year I was born, by the way. So yeah, it's tough, and especially with food, the cost of food going up. I mean, my kids go to a school where they wear a uniform, so these little dollars and cents make a big deal for us. And I wholeheartedly believe that, because I've done it. Like when you sit down and you see where every single dollar is going, sometimes you're going to want to throw up in your mouth, but that gives you the opportunity to say, okay, we are going to start over. We're all going to be responsible. And there are things that you can do to kind of replace, the things that you were buying. Like make your coffee at home, and instead of spending $5 a day, spend $5 once a week and get a fancy little creamer, get some paper cups from Gordon's, or, if you need to have like a little paper cup in your hand and that makes you go, like, I'm not trying to take your motivation away, but think of a better way to go about it. Everything is figure outable, right?
Yeah. And when my money was very tight, like I said, if I was going to invest in something new, like when I said, okay, I want to invest in Shakeology, I said, okay, well then what am I going to take out? So if you are on a budget, stick to your budget and say, okay, if I want this new thing and I want it bad enough, I can have it, but I need to take something out that I'm going to replace with it. Otherwise, it stacks and stacks and stacks, and then you no longer have a budget, right?
Right.
So, and I will be the first one again to raise my hand and admit, like, once your money isn't so tight, it's very easy to just stop paying attention. Like I said, I use that spreadsheet religiously. And once I started having extra money, it was very easy to be like, okay, it's Christmas. Click, 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 click. Oh, this got out of control. I'm just not going to put it on this spreadsheet and act like it didn't happen. And then it's January and I'm like, we have a lot of credit card debt and no money. What happened?
No, where did all these Amazon boxes come from? Oh my goodness.
I must have been sleep shopping again.
Dig on Billy got a hold of the Amazon. They're all Kongs, bones, and chew toys. Well, that is a great place to pause. We're going to hear a word from our sponsor, Stars Academy, and then we'll come back, finish this discussion so that you can take this with you, go home, share it with your spouse, share it with your dog, and figure out where all your money's going.
Yeah, we're going to give you some tips how to save money. So come right back.
Do you know more than 80% of real estate agents fail and quit in their first year of business? MyStarsAcademy.com has set out to solve this problem by providing a convenient, expert-based training and coaching program for both agents and brokers. The Agent Accelerator program teaches agents everything they need to know to level up their business, have a constant flow of free leads, convert those leads into clients, and take those clients to the closing table and keep them coming back for more as repeat business. Our industry experts have years of proven success in the business and are here to share that gold through one-on-one coaching. This will help you achieve more structure and work-life balance. We will map you a plan you can follow, which will guide you through the steps to scale and grow in both your business and personal life. Don't be a statistic. Visit MyStarsAcademy.com and enroll today so you can get the success you deserve.
All right, so we're back here with you on Elite Life. For those of you just joining us, we're talking about the pains of budgeting and getting our money to work for us and all that jazz. So I wanted to talk about this because I can't be the only agent out there, the only entrepreneur out there, because let's face it, you're not just a real estate agent. You own a business. You are the business. Your real estate is your business. So you are a business owner. And I can't be the only one who has decided to go all in on their dreams and, happen to find out, oh, my dreams involve being commission only. And now I'm in a weird place of trying to transition from having a steady paycheck to making sure that when a commission check comes in, we do things right with our budget, we're being smart with our money, and we're saving, we're living now so that we can live later. I can't be the only one doing that. So, some of the things that we've been doing at our house, when I get a paycheck, I'm sure some of you do the same thing. When I get a paycheck, I pay all the bills first and I see what's left. So depending on how long it's been in between commissions, I might have a lot of bills to pay or I might have a few bills to pay, right? So I've been keeping up with a list. So we made a list of needs. So all these things that come up that aren't recurring, like we just talked about, tabs on the car, brakes on the car, oil changes on the car. Those are things that are recurring, but not in a monthly fashion. Field trip costs, planning for vacations, all of these things. So we have a needs list and we have a wants list. So when our commission check comes in, like I put the other day, we need brakes on B-Rad, right?
B-Rad.
Yeah, B-Rad is my Chevy Malibu. So Malibu's Most Wanted fans are laughing right now. So we put B-Rad's brakes on the list, and or like we have the vehicle registration coming up and that goes on. So once all the bills are paid, we look at our needs list and we say, okay, what's left? What's most important off this needs list? We knock those out. And then we try and pick at least 2 things from the needs list and 1 thing from the want list. So there is a little reward there, right? Mm-hmm. Or instead of picking from the rewards list, we'll take that money and we'll put it in our savings because we have a savings goal, right? Mm-hmm. So having these lists and posting them might be helpful for you too. So it's visual. It keeps you motivated to grind because let me tell you something, that needs list, it's going to keep growing. So you keep grinding. But what are some things that you still do, to make sure that you guys, other than audits, is there anything that you do personally that'll keep things on track for you?
So many things. So,
okay, here we go. Tighten up your belts, people.
Well, number 1, when you want to make a large purchase, let's use, for example, when we wanted to buy this house, we sat down as a family, me, the kids, Dave, and it's important for number 1, anything that you really want as an adult, right? Like if you have a family, the whole family needs to know about it and they need to know the why, because here's what happens. If nobody knows why we're doing this, then you get a lot of kickback, right? So like, hey, you need to eat your vegetables. I don't want to eat vegetables. Vegetables are gross. Well, here's what happens. Why you need to eat your vegetables is if you don't eat your vegetables, you're going to get sick. You're going to miss school. You're going to have a lot of homework. It's going to suck. Being sick sucks, right? So you got to give the why. So when we were going to buy this house, we sat down at the beginning of the year and I said, listen, you guys all want a bigger, nicer house, right? Yes. Okay. So you want to have your own room, a playroom, extra space, a nice place for when your friends come over. Yes. Okay. So what we are going to have to do is we are going to have to live on a budget. So we are not going to eat out as a family this year. Or if we do, it's going to be 1 time per month, right? We're not going to stop after hockey and get food. We're not going to stop after school and get tropical smoothie, blah, 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 blah. So when we wanted to buy this house, we had that talk. And it was so good because on days where I was like, oh, I'm just done with this day, I'd be like, all right, like, let's just like run through and grab this. And Angelina was the youngest. And here she is, 8 years old. And she's like, but Mom, we have to save money for the new house. And I'm like, You are so right. Let's go home, make some sandwiches, grab some whatever's in the fridge. You are 100% right. So when you have something large that you want to budget for, be it a vacation, a new home, a new car, sit the family down and let them know, like, here's what's up. Here's why we're going to do this. And if you catch any of us slipping, like, let's all remind each other, right?
Yeah.
Like, create that accountability in your home. Number 2, I am and I never used to be. This is one of my my vices, right? Like, okay, I'm not eating junk food, so I'm shopping, right? So science, I always have to bring science in. We have so much willpower, and I've gone over this before in our podcast. We have so much willpower that we start the day with. And as we do things, that willpower decreases and decreases and decreases. There's an actual chemical that's in our body that helps us to have willpower. And by the end of the day, we don't have much. So when I am sitting in bed at 9:30 at night, I start scrolling and I start putting things in carts. Instagram knows that, like, if you put those Noble shoes that just came out in front of me, I'm going to click on and put it in the cart, right? So what I started doing is I leave it in the cart. And if the next morning I just still need to have those Noble shoes, then I will go and buy them. But here's what happens. The next morning, I never need any of those things I put. So I have like a 24-hour cart rule that I really try to like live and die by, the cart rule. So put it in the cart, leave it till tomorrow. If tomorrow you wanted it bad enough to think about it and go back and get it, then go ahead. But 9.5 times out of 10, it wasn't that important. You were just out of willpower. So let's talk about some tips of how people can actually save money, right?
Yeah.
Technology is one great way that can actually help you, even though, like I said before, I'm a big online shopper. And one of the best things that I have developed to do, I know we were talking about at the beginning of the year, one of our agents, she said, she's a single woman. And so she's like, I spend my money on DoorDash. And she had actually added up all of her DoorDash when she was doing her taxes for last year for 2021. And she had spent over $5,200 on DoorDash.
That's insane.
I know. And it feels like it's insane, but it's really not. Like, if you think about it.
It's easy to do.
So easy. One DoorDash is at minimum $20. You DoorDash 5 days a week because you're busy, you're doing other stuff. That's really only one meal 5 times a week. That's not that hard to do. That's $100 a week. You got 52 weeks in a year. That's $5,200 immediately out the door, right? So I made everybody at the meeting get out their phones, and listeners, do this while you're listening. Get out your phone and delete the apps.
Yeah.
Delete the apps because if they're there, they're a temptation. But if they're not there, I deleted all of my DoorDash apps. Anything that's bringing me food is not on my phone. And I deleted all my shopping apps. And sometimes they sneak back in, Lululemon. But I keep deleting them because I see I don't need any more leggings. My drawer is full. So you have to get the temptation off the table.
Out of the way.
Just eliminate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I took Amazon off because after Christmas, I looked at my husband and I'm like, what did you let me do? Look what you let me do. Because I just went bananas for Christmas. Because, I mean, we want to, right? Like, and the crazy thing is as parents, like, we're really paying for the reaction, right?
Yeah.
Like, our kids don't need that much crap. We're paying for the reaction out of the kids. So,
Yeah, and we usually go overboard. I know there's been like 3 Christmases where my kids were like, wow, this is a lot of stuff. Like,
yeah. And you had stuff coming after Christmas that didn't make it in time for Jesus' birthday.
right. But you got excited, right?
Exactly.
You get in the moment and
But
you
it
get
comes back to the science too. You're getting that, serotonin infusion. Those endorphins are running. So another way that technology can help is there's lots. I mean, like if you Google like best money saving apps 2022 or, something like that, it'll give you tons and tons of apps. I like the apps that are designed to move money from your spending account to your savings account by rounding up purchases. I think that's super cool. So like if you do go and you spend $4.25 on a Starbucks coffee, it's going to round it up to $5, and that extra money is going to go into your savings account. And again, it comes down to the compound factor, because I mean, I think if you read in the compound factor, what's his name?
The compound effect, Aaron Hardy.
The compound effect factor. He talks about what it would look like if you literally saved a penny every single day for like a year. And it's really or like if the first day you did 1 penny and then 2 pennies, and it doesn't seem like a lot, but it can add up to be a lot. So rounding up, I love these apps that help you save money by rounding up your purchases. You see this on a lot of credit cards, debit cards, things like that, but there are regular apps that will watch your spending, see where you're spending, and they'll automatically move money from your spending account to your savings account by rounding up your purchases. So like if you bought a coffee for like $4.25, it'll automatically round it up to $5 and take that 75 cents, put it in your savings account. And even though it doesn't seem like a lot at the time, it adds up. Like we've talked about, it totally does.
Yeah, my brother, he totally uses a jar by his bed for his roundup account.
Why do you got to put him? I mean, I have that too. I mean, honestly, nobody deals in cash anymore. It's taking forever for us to fill up our Culligan jug. But again, that's another great thing. If you do deal mostly in cash, keep that jug by the bed. Put all of your, at the end of the day, my husband will clear out his wallet and all of the dollars and all of the change goes in there. And maybe in 100 years.
It does add up though, because I remember I took the kids to Chase Bank when they were younger to do their first bank accounts, set up their first bank accounts. And, Trent, he of course had $26. Angelina had $253.
Of course she did.
She had saved all her change, all her birthday money. She had some cash going. But when I took that change, I literally brought the piggy banks to Chase, and Trent had a gallon bag, and I set him on the banker's desk, and he looked at me. He's like, "You're not gonna roll these?" And I was like, "Here you go, bud. You want the money or not?"
Right? Nobody rolls coins anymore. You just take them to the Kroger and put them in the Coinstar and call it a day. That was genius. Let me pay you to roll these coins. But I remember being a kid and spending Saturday afternoon rolling your coins.
Yeah, I did with my dad too. I remember doing that too, for sure.
It was tedious and terrible. Well, that's a great place for us to pause before it gets too dark with the memories.
Right. Well, we gave some great value today. You guys have some tips to be able to make a budget, set a budget. All right, let's say audit your finances.
Yep.
Make a budget.
Yep.
Stick to the budget.
Ooh.
Audit your spending and put those money saving techniques into practice on the daily.
Yep, absolutely. And don't forget to share this episode with family, friends, strangers. Make a new friend. Send this to somebody that you haven't talked to on Facebook in forever.
Everybody wants more money.
Absolutely.
Show
Absolutely.
me the money.
So subscribe, share, drop us a line. If you don't know where to start with budgeting, my email is kylee@mystarsacademy.com. Hit me up. You could book a call with Trish. You could talk to Greg. We want to help you because this is a huge hurdle for everybody, for all of us.
Yeah, I'll show you my spreadsheet for budgeting that I use. Like I said, I used it for over 10 years. I mean, I still go back and use it sometimes when I need to really tighten up the purse strings for a big purchase. So if you want a copy of that, I'll send it over to you for free. Just shoot us an email and we'll take care of you. We're out here to help the world.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Come back next week for more Grit, Grace, and real estate.
Woo woo.
We thank you so much for joining us today on the Elite Live with Trish and Kylee. Be sure to share the episode with a friend so we can continue bringing you more great tips on grit, grace, and real estate. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Facebook. We hope the ideas we share continue to help you build an empire and leave a legacy.